個咧叫做三山月兒陣，三山月兒陣，講的這個故事就是好像翻山越嶺這樣。
啊，
哎，
喲，這個等一下啊，山就三個山是不是師傅？
對，它是過三山，一個山過一個山，一個山過一個山。
OK，
係三山月兒陣咧，就係講舞獅咧，一個山過咗又過第二個山，過第三個山。咁咧過呢個山嘅時候咧，係點解會睇到月亮喺水嗰度
Okay, so sorry, this is not the white snake story. This is chain number 4. 这个是第4个，师傅。
对，第4個。
This is chain number 4, and the story about this chain is line going over the mountains or the hills, and during this going over the mountains, the lines see the moon. 月亮是不是 ？Okay.
对。肥羊，你不用跟着那个书写的，你跟着我讲的方式跟他们分享就可以了。
OK， 我看到那個就很怕。
OK， 大家睇到我呢張圖咧，我呢個 friend 呢度咧有7張台。
Okay, so if you look at the diagram, the picture, there's 7 benches.
其實咧，如果你有擺3張台都得，即係上面1、2、3都可以嘅，唔係一張好似我一樣咁擺。咁如果你有做過多，都可以擺大啲都得。
So the setup doesn't have to be the same as what's shown in the picture there. In the picture, there's 7 benches. Sifu was saying that you could either, if you don't have that many benches, you could use 3, or if you have a lot of benches, you could actually stack them up.
亦即係講你點樣擺得好，你最少都有3個樣嗰度，3個山。
So it doesn't matter how you set it up. The important thing is there must be 3 benches that represent 3 mountains.
咁我咧仲有一個咧就係整條河又得，整個水盤又得。即係如果河你咪擠個藍色嘅布海咯，因為嗰個河正可以影到嗰個月光。
Okay, because this Chang talks about the 3 mountains and also the moon, right? So in the middle, you see the bottom there, there's a basin. You can put basin, or you can set up like use the blue cloth as a river, because only if there's a river, then you can see the moon.
咁我依家又講一個故事佢呢個故事就講我自己舞獅嘅方式。我一嚟到咧跑步出嚟嘅時候咧，就睇到呢座山啦。咁我會睇咗一番先。
Okay, so Sifu is gonna Sifu is
跑步場我跑步出嚟。
Okay. So Sifu is saying that if he's gonna do this Chang, normally he would first do run around, like as if the line is running around the mountain. 然後探親是嗎？師傅？
對，我即係探這個地方。
Yeah, and then running around, and then you have to do testing.
咁我可以嚟到呢一邊上又得，或者呢一邊上都得，冇指定係要邊度上嘅。總之兩邊個位你可以揀一個地方上。
So either you could start from the left or from the right. It doesn't really matter, but you got to pick a spot.
你點樣上都好，上之前你一定要探到清清楚楚。
It doesn't matter left or right, but before you jump on the bench, before you before you get up on the mountain, you got to do enough testing. Like
好啦，咁我嘅獅子咧就上咗呢度，一上咗第一個位咧，我都會探一探先，再上翻最高個位。
Okay, so once you got up to the first bench, okay, you still have to test the second bench.
在我舞獅入邊，我可以用好多嘅方式都係上。咁舞獅比賽咧，你要點樣上就要你自己加自己功夫落去，盡量攞技巧分、難度分。
So there's different ways you could get up like get on the bench, this is where you score points, right? So you got to be creative and think of the difficulty level or how you're gonna get on the bench.
好啦，依家咁樣我要過去第二座山，咁樣我就唔可以隨便講，我過就要過，我都要探到好實淨，我正過去。
So now, the benches represent mountain. From jumping from the first mountain to the second mountain, you cannot just jump. You still have to test. Do your testing before you jump.
因為我講呢個故事咧，就係個獅子夜晚啦，除夜晚嗰陣時過位嘅。
Because this story talks about the lion running around the mountains, jumping over the mountains at night because there's a moon, right? So it's at night, so you got to be cautious.
因為我講到係月亮嘛，月亮都係月亮，梗係除夜晚嘅嘛，冇理由朝頭早啊。
Yeah.
咁嗱，我就嚟到呢度就見到一條河啦。咁我啱啱想飲水嘅時候睇到，嗰個河嗰度咧有一個月亮，個獅子就好好奇啦。
Okay, so when the lion gets to come to the second mountain, there's a river, right, in the middle. So when the lion sees the moon, it becomes very curious.
一樣嘅，我就會喺呢度又用我技巧彎腰探水、飲水之類嘅嘢。嗱，第一件事最重要咧，就唔好叻唔切跳落嗰個盆嗰度企住，一跳落去咧就當你俾河水浸死㗎啦。
Okay, you got to be careful. So when the lion gets in the middle, the center bench, okay, when the lion sees there's a river, you could demonstrate your skill by bend, how the lion bends down to drink the water, or to pick the chain. But remember, don't step on the basin, because this is a mountain, right? When you jump on the basin, it represents that the lion is falling off the mountain.
Yeah. 咁我喺呢度落去飲水咧，搞下水咧，食青之後咧，我會喺呢度食咗一輪先，跟住咧休息下，洗下面啊，玩下腳啊，咁再過去第三座山，咁啊預算再落山啦。
Okay, so you could either pick the green in the basin, or drink water, just play around. Once you pick the chain, you want to eat the chain on the center bench, okay? And then after you finish cleansing and everything, then you move to the third, and then you come down.
嗱，擺嘅陣咧就擺得好大，故事咧就好簡單，但係咧你舞獅嘅時候咧就靠自己嘅表達，點樣去舞好去，同埋點樣將個技巧溝埋一齊落去。表演得你取嘅分數最高。
Okay, the setup looks complicated or massive, like 7 benches and stuff like that, but the story is actually very simple. So the key here is figure out like how you could score more points, with your stun move and stuff like that. Yeah, it requires your creativity.
咁再同大家再講多次咧，依家我擺嘅樣係咁樣擺，咁樣你哋個別咧自己有自己咩器材咧，你可以用你嘅方式去擺，但係一定要擺出3個山形出嚟。
Again, Sifu emphasized that depending on what sort of equipment you have, you could set it up any way you want it to be, but the most important thing, again, this is very crucial. It has to have 3 mountains, 3 things that symbolize the mountain.
就是有個山形嗰度啦，最重要有個山形在那邊。
Yes.
好，大家在这段里面，这个故事里面，大家有什么疑问要问的吗？我们可以互动交流。
Any questions? 师傅，我有问题。
可以来。
那个青一定要在那个盆里面吗？可以吊在那个椅子上面下面吗？
可以，都可以。
Okay.
呀，你翻译给大家听。
还有，就 就是说，如果那个青掉在那个灯下面，那么怎样去玩那个盆就是喝水啊？
你没有一定要玩盆的，你把那个盆放成一条水、一条河都可以的。
哦，他最主要是看到月亮是吗？
啊，对对，
看到月亮的表情。
对，所以你要跟大家讲清楚。
Oh, okay. So just now I asked Sifu, does the Cheng has to be in the basin? The basin, Sifu say no. It doesn't have to be because the key of this Cheng is not the key story about this Cheng is not about eating the Cheng. It's about the lion seeing the moon and how the lion reacts. The Cheng, you could hang it under the bench. Okay, not necessarily it has to be in the basin, but the reason why there's a basin, because in the basin there's water, and then only through water that the lion could see the moon. Okay, Sifu is saying, don't please don't get confused because of that basin. The whole key of this Cheng is not about the basin. The whole key about this Cheng is the lion seeing the moon and how it demonstrates the feelings when you see the moon.
Yeah.
Or Michael, one question, like it can be and it cannot be at the same time, right? Like we can put it in the basin and we cannot put it in the basin, like depends however we want, right?
Yes, you can do it however you want it. But the thing is, once you eat the Cheng, right? It's when you look at the basin, you see the moon, right? And then after that, how you react
to it.
Yeah. 师傅他刚才问就是说有那个青可以放在盆里面，也不可以放在盆里面啊。我刚才讲说，
你可以表演说，哎，因为我看到水面上有看那个月亮，所以我就凭着我功夫弯腰下去，想去摸那个月亮。哎，那你知道我看到旁边有个青，所以我就去采青了。
Okay, got it.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't have to say.
OK，
师公，
来问。
师公，我想问一下这个三月儿阵嘛，是如果不采青可以吗？
基本上这个不是正来的啊，这个是一个采青的故事。当然，你讲不采青，你怎样去表达这个故事套路，给它加的更完美，都是可以的。
OK，
不过你要申报先哦，你要申报先。
还有我离题一下，师公。
来给他翻译了先，给阿飞扬翻译了先。
Okay,我不知道叫名字那个。So someone was asking, does it necessary to have a Cheng? And Sifu say no. But again, this is not a puzzle. It's a Cheng. So normally we have a Cheng, but if you don't want to put a Cheng, but you demonstrate it nicely and it logically, also acceptable, but you have to let the judges know before that.
好，还有要问什么？
这个我想问一下，如果这个阵啊，在生意上啊，离题一下 ，sorry， 在在生意人的角度上啊，它是什么清阵啊？
它这个并不是属于你说生意上的，它这个是属于娱乐表演性质的。你要跟生意人有关系呢，就是你去采青的时候，弯腰把那个水稍微拿一点上来，因为水为财，那你能够拿到水给老板呢，老板是最高兴的。
OK， 好，了解。
呀，来个。
这样有一个问题在
接入。没有，他在问这个青的故事是不是跟生意人有关系的？我们讲。这个有关系也可以，没关系也可以，因为这个是一个故事。那么如果你有关系的话，你是指采青的时候一定要拿到青，拿到水送给老板，因为水是财嘛 ，money， 菜也是 money。
可是那个水怎样拿，师傅？
你可以做手脚的吗？你先找拿了一包矿泉水放在那边啊，
OK
然后你
OK
踩就是踩矿泉水就可以了。
OK，我就奇怪那个水怎样了。Question was raised that this Cheng, how does it apply for businesses? So Sifu was saying that okay, you could also, this is not really for businesses, but you could, if you want, by picking the Cheng and the water and give it to the owner. And I just asked Sifu, how do you get the water? And Sifu said that, well, you could before preliminary just get a bottle of water, you know, and then that's how you present the owner with water, because water symbolize wealth, right? Water.
好的，Michael， 那个3D 问什么？
Sandy, the figure it forms with the benches is similar to the Chinese word. Yeah, it 三弟问那个桌子哈，它摆成是不是一个山字？是不是中文字的一个山字？
是 ，Yes.
Yes, Sandy. Yeah. So this is okay. This is a good question. The way the setup for the benches, it's also it looks like the Chinese word "san" mountain.